watch his programs. When we come back, I bought a 50-inch widescreen television. He's laying 12 foot across the room on the couch. TV isn't much bigger if you do the measuring out and stuff. It isn't that much bigger than a 37 to a 50. You're just getting more projection. But from 3 foot, 2 to 3 foot to 12 foot, something told me that something was working. So, but he immediately at May the 27th of just this year, after he got out 2 weeks after school, we went back to the doctor, and his vision was 20 over 100. The doctor sat there, and he's the second doctor that we've seen. We started in St. Louis at the Anheuser-Busch Eye Institute, and we moved to University Physicians, University Hospital in Columbia, Missouri. All the doctors said the same thing: it's non-degenerative, not going to get any better, not going to get any worse. I never asked the doctor in February when it went to 20 over 150 what was going on. And I understand a lot of the doctor's stands. Dr. Brothers is, to me, an exception. But I asked him on May the 27th at the doctor's appointment. I said, now, you, as well as the other doctors in St. Louis, had said this is non-degenerative. Why is his vision gone from 20 over 400 to 20 over 100? His exact words, if you're asking me if the stem cells did it, I can't say they did. And I looked at him and I said, can't say they didn't. And he didn't have anything for that. We know where this happened. We know that Braden, Riley, my little buddy Connor over there, you know, we were in China with the next folks that are coming up to speak to y'all. We were there probably 2 weeks with them. These are families. These are people that are here right now, whether you're ONH, SOD, any of the other spinal cord, anything. Doesn't matter, we're all a family. You can pick up the phone anytime, and you can go to the sites on our website where the video is there, and you can find my cell phone. You can pick up the phone and call me. Usually after 10 o'clock they'll call me. But we'll talk about it. And Braden, he's a good one to talk to. He's been through it. Like I said, I was along for the ride. But it's been a good ride. So if you're definitely thinking about doing this, ask the questions, start fundraising. Go ahead and get everything started so when you're ready to go, you're not sitting there and waiting for the approval. Baker will get you, they will keep you up to snuff on what's going on as far as what they need from you, because they did with it. From what I've seen from Dr. Zhang, it's totally different from when we went. We went through a lot of things and we sent a lot of information in, but things I saw on the screen there, it's a lot better now than we went in 2008. So just stay with it. And Braden, you got a little something to say?
Okay, it all started out June 26, 27, 2008. I went to Qingdao, stem cells. It was going on really, really great. I had 5 injections, 1 IV injection through my hand, and 4 lumbar spinal injections through my back. Oh no, they weren't painful at all. Well, maybe the IV was a little, but I'm the trooper, like he says. And I did fine, but not until they stuck Valium in me. Yes, that hurt. And yes, I will admit, I cried. Yes, I admit it. But luckily, spinals 2, 3, 4, and 5, they knocked me out. But sadly, I woke up I'd always wake up 10, 15 minutes later. And yeah, it was fine. Sure, I had side effects, like maybe some backaches, headaches, but hey, a good 30 to 45 minute shower, that'll get the job done for you, and maybe an hour of a nap. Yeah, that'll be great for you. Now, I am glad that these stem cells worked for me. I'm glad to get the chance to see like my friends, other people don't make fun of me, call me googly eyes and stuff. And yeah, I just want to thank Dr. Hakim, Dr. Zhang, all of the Chinese doctors out there that did all this stuff for me. And thanks to Baker, yes. And I am now glad my vision went from 20 over 400 to 20 over 150 6 months post-China. And yes, 9 months post-China went from 20 over 150 to 20 over 100. And maybe, just maybe, I may become 20/20. But we don't know. So, that's about it. Anything else to say?
You got to remember. You got to remember when they're taking the kids in and stuff. The very first one they did for us, and a lot of the patients when we were first inching down, they just put it right into an IV, just to make sure there was no reactions and so forth. The next 4 he had were spinals, and as far as the spinals, it didn't hurt. He was talking about the Valium. They do that for pain, because after a spinal, you have to lay perfectly still for 6 hours, flat on your back, which was usually not a problem for most of them. But when they put the Valium in, they pushed it a little hard. I guess it was burning a little bit, but he was good. There was times we would sit and you'd hear people that have been to Qingdao refer to the orange couches. That was our congregating area. We would be sitting around and Braden would be gone. And it wasn't like he was outside playing or doing something. He was down the hall at our room, but he had felt something, maybe a little headache coming on. And this could have been 2 or 3 days after he'd had a spinal. But he would go down to the room, and an hour later I'd go down there and he was curled up in his bed sound asleep. But everybody has their own way of dealing with how they're going to do it. I don't know if he had any pain. If he did, he definitely would have told me. But as far as the way the doctors and the nurses and the staff at the facility we were at treated Braden, I never had a problem with him whatsoever. Braden's got tips for survival.
Now remember, communication will be tough, and yeah, just don't worry. And all the kids that are out there, it's not, well, yeah, it's kind of new. Just take this as riding a bike, right? Take this as your first lesson of riding your bike, or maybe tying your shoes, and you become a pro at it. You like me. I'm a pro at this spinal stuff. Yes, piece of cake. Now, parents, you should be patient with your kids and this stuff, and I know it's hard, but yeah. And kids, don't worry. None of it's work. None of it hurts. Well, unless you're little. So, yeah. Good luck to you, and you got the best of my luck for your vision to change. Goodbye.
And you know, he was referring to something there that we sighted people take for granted: riding a bicycle, tying your shoes. That's something he'd never done until 2 months ago. We take it for granted. We get up every morning, we put our shoes on, or we get dressed, we put our shoes on. We just bend over automatically, don't look at it while we're doing something else, looking at the television or something, and tie our shoes. This is something that takes things to do. Riding a bicycle. All he ever told me was, I want to be like my friends, Dad. Well, he is. He started kindergarten with them kids, and he's in 8th grade right now. He's not in any special classes. He's in the regular curriculum. He has one of these that he carries to class. He has a USB port on the side of his laptop with a camera that rotates 360 this way and 360 this way. He sits anywhere he wants to in the class. He points it at the blackboard and watches the assignments as the teacher's doing them on the laptop. So the technology's out there. Doesn't matter how much sight. If his sight was 20 over 400 and he went to 20 over 399, that's improvement. That's improvement. That's kind of our story. If anybody has any questions after finish, talk to us.